Facebook query that's come in from Asim Srivastav. He wants to know about the future prospects of Prestige Technostar. It's a commercial project in Brookfield, Bangalore. He says the minimum price is 1.65 crore rupees for 2,500 square feet of office space. Now, Mudassir, he wants to know if this is a good investment bet. What would you say?
See, overall, Prestige is a good developer. Prestige has had a great track record in terms of building great office spaces across Bangalore since Bangalore started developing over 20 years ago. And it's one of the developers which is really among the top-notch developers in that location. So overall, from that count, he's in safe hands because the track record is great. The location per se, Brookfield, is also good. It is more or less in the IT hub and very well connected. Metro Phase 2 will basically have a metro station very near to the project as well. So I think from a location and a developer perspective, very good. In terms of pricing, it is roughly about, the phase 2 is about 6,250 rupees a square feet, which is also reasonable for that area. So on the whole, I would give a thumbs up on this particular investment.
Thumbs up for that investment, but tell us this, Mudassir, he's talking of buying 2,500 square feet of space. Typically, people go in for huge floor plates in IT-driven markets like Bangalore. How easy will it be for him to actually lease out this kind of space, and what kind of rentals can he expect over here?
See, most markets like these, which generally lease out to very large clients, generally, as you rightly said, the floor plates are much larger. Average size in that location would be in the range of about, 40 to 50,000 square feet. What developers do is they take up the responsibility of leasing it out in large sizes. For a developer to really sell out smaller units and then not for end investors to not be able to lease it out and then see vacancy in those places is not good for the project as well. So generally it's a win-win situation for the developer as well as for the investor. The developer will sell it out in a way, kind of in a starter manner, a starter sale of various units to various investors, but will take up the opportunity of clubbing it and kind of giving it off to a larger lessee at one go. So that helps both sides. It generates cash flow in tight situations, and it also gives out smaller investors an opportunity to invest in prestigious projects where generally larger lessees take up spaces.
Very quickly, you mentioned straight-up sale over here. Is there anything specific that buyers need to look out for, investors need to look out for when they're getting into these kind of deals?
There is generally a concept called virtual space that sometimes developers use. One needs to be careful that it should not be that what happens is in virtual spaces, developers don't really give out any specific area on the floor plate. It could be anywhere on the floor plate. So that could be an issue sometimes where you don't know where exactly your property lies within that entire project. So one should be careful about that aspect. If one is able to earmark a certain space. So for example, somebody wants to use it for himself at a later point in time and doesn't want to lease it out, or wants to sell it off, and is able to kind of earmark a certain space which is premium, has better access or better visibility or better positioning on the floor plate. It is better to be able to really carve it out physically on the floor plate rather than having a virtual space out there. So there's one concept that one needs to really be aware of. Sometimes early investors are not able to figure out what is the difference between this and can get stuck with developers who are not able to lease it out.
Right, so that's a key takeaway coming your way right at the top of the show. Commercial property is a great asset to invest in, especially considering the fact that you also get to earn 10% and upwards of 10% rentals on commercial space as compared to residential. But certain things that you need to be very clear about. One is, if you are looking to buy commercial property in IT-driven markets, and a small floor plate really doesn't cut it. But if you are getting an offer for a small floor plate, it's probably a straight-a sale. If it is a straight-a sale, what you do need to look out for is the concept of virtual space. Do not agree to buy into anything unless and until you know exactly where the space you're getting is marked on that floor plate. It will be a part of a bigger floor plate, but you need to ensure that it is physically marked so you know what you are actually buying, what you're actually paying for. That's something you need to keep in mind.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at magicbricksnow. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/magicbricksnow.